I'm going to start it on pump.
And that's what I'm saying. Right now, that switch is on race.
All right, we'll see. This thing hasn't ran in a year, so.
Yeah, that's open. And this is closed. Those are only 2 valves.
And that's closed. And the spud's not in it, I'm hoping?
It's zip tied right there. Or,
oh, all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just witnessed history.
that's what I say.
Tracks opened last week. Couple tracks had a day session and stuff in 131, but this weekend 131 we are going to take 4 cars there. So 2.0, it's been a long road. Like 2.0, the last time I ran was at the NHRA race last year in May. It is set to run at that again, so we need to get some testing in. Lots of sensors, lots of changes to the car, newer end housing. That was the big part that kind of sidelined it, was during the thrash to get the Durango done. Found out the housing was broke or bent, so Strange got us a new housing, and then it just got put on the back burner for us to get the Durango and everything else ready, and just too many projects, one fab guy. So we have made a conscious effort to be ready for the season opening, and this weekend we're not only taking 2.0 there, we're going to take 3 other cars there to go test this weekend at 131. So we're going to be there Saturday and Sunday, and possibly Monday if we can get some testing in. But in light, to get ready to do that, you need race gas. BP sent us, we got 8 drums of race fuel. And with that, you know what happens. Here's the merch plug. This video is sponsored by Sick the Magazine. Buy our merch. Race gas and bad decisions. So that is what ends up happening there. We're hoping they're all good decisions. The other is Nitrous Express got us a nitrous pump. So we're gonna need some nitrous for some of the stuff that we're taking. So not only we got turbo stuff, but we also have some nitrous to do. And also get the Smells Like Race Gas and Bad Decisions little shirt. Now, what I want to tag you on too is the Bob shirt is in. Just came in, so we'll show you a little clip here, whatever, of showing it to Bob for the first time and him coming across it, but this is a badass shirt. Go grab that off the merch site as well. So Race Gas and Bad Decisions and the Bob shirt. So go grab either one of those, but then we'll take you right through again 2.0 ready, so we can get a load in trailer fired up and ready to go. And then, hey, give us a guess. What other 3 cars do you think that we're gonna take testing this weekend? So 4 cars, 3 drivers. Who's the 3rd driver? Don't know. Lots of stuff for you to figure out, but we are going to give you detailed views of it, and it's time back to go racing. We've had a lot of BS videos with covering other stuff and everything because it's been winter. Now it's time for racing videos, right, Bob?
Yes.
Yes, Bob says yes. We need racing videos. Back to your regularly scheduled program. Let's go racing. Thanks for watching, guys. All right, I am done with this thing. Sitting here doing nothing. It's been here since last time it ran was last July. Done with that. We're gonna get this thing to the track and get it back to where it belongs. Running numbers and improving on our other number. So let's get it done. Bob, get this thing done.
Showed up. All right, well, back on 2.0. So we're in the final, or I am in the final stages of getting this prep to actually go down the track. So I got somewhat of a setup from a reliable source. Fixing the springs because we have this little, I don't know what the hell they call it, but it's like a little it takes up the space like when you jack the car up, and if the spring is too short, it'll fall out of the pockets where the spring is held. So this does the job of just keeping pressure on it, and it's a pretty light spring. So I'm removing them so I can have a little bit of adjustability, because actually I lucked out, and in my little shady ass engineering feat here, the car with the springs completely topped out right there with no preload on the springs. The car sits almost exactly where I wanted it to sit. So we would like a little bit of adjustability. So I'm just going to take these springs out. Then we can move this up and down and preload stuff a little bit better, get the car to sit just a skosh lower, because I'm like about a ½ an inch too high for setting up the cross member off the ground and all that shit. But now I'm just changing those, and then plus once I really put the wheels and tires on now on this new setup, I made this bracket. I didn't make this bracket, but we bought this bracket, and it's on the outside. So I'm worried about when he paddles the tires that it could grab this now, because the tire's probably a couple inches away from here. But when you paddle the tire, which means you're folding it over itself up here, it wants to unload after you've driven over that chunk, and it comes back and it does crazy stuff back here, and it will actually get way wider for just a second, and it could grab this and bend it or tear it off. So I'm going to move this bracket to the back side here, which will get it another 1.5 inches away, and it'll protect that thing. And we're waiting on a stator for the converter, so maybe you'll see another sweet video of us jokers trying to put that together. And then wheelie bars and clean the car off, and I think we're ready to make a hit. Thanks for filming me busting up picking this up. It's gotta go higher, Brian. Fits, so I guess that's good. So the top has plenty of adjustment. We're good there. Sway bar's done, shocks are done. I had to move the sensors inboard because if your tire got all crazy, I think it might have came over and grabbed them. So instead of taking a chance, just fix it now. But I can't get the 3/4 rise in here. I either have way too much or not enough with these whole adjustments. And then the wishbone.
Yeah, what I don't understand
bones,
though is like, yeah, was the wishbone uphill like that before?
No, because the whole mount on the other rear end is totally different than this one.
Okay.
So we're just stuck with this being here. If I was to put it up on top, I'm worried about it binding when you jack the car up on the Pro Jacks and it sags. it might bend the Heim. I don't think it has that much movement in it because it's pretty tight to it now. It encapsulates almost the whole thing, which is kind of sucks. And closer to the numbers that Greg would like to see. I just gotta have to make 2 new ones of these.
Don't we have another set of those?
But not this
didn't-
big.
No,
These are beasts, man.
I thought you made another
That
set
was
of
for the
them.
Durango when I screwed up.
Oh,
I
okay.
had to make longer bottoms.
And we didn't have them that big on the Durango?
No, this has monster Heims. These are 7/8, where most are 3/4. These are the big bastards on here.
Gotcha.
So finding the pieces kind of sucks. So other than that though, oh, and I took out this spring. Greg said pull these out. Because I can't get the car to sit low. So we either have to get shorter shock springs or take these out, which these gave me a little bit more space. And I can lower the car down because pretty much where I want.
Yeah, you're damn near at the top of that.
Well, they were completely to the top with these, and these are completely compressed when the car's sitting on them, because these are soft.
Right. Well, I feel like those are the chatter ones for radial cars when they separate hard.
Could be, but he said they put them on so when you let the suspension sag, the spring doesn't get all loose and not fall back in the pocket. So the top isn't that big of a deal because the weight of them will hold them in the bottom pocket. The top one's tapered, so when you put the car back on the ground, it should never have a problem not seating back in the right spot. This surface right here,
The inside?
no.
No?
Hopefully this slips in there because these are 1 3/4 120 wall. This is 1 5/8 085. So this will actually be a little larger in circumference than that will, but this will slide in. This will be somewhere in that vicinity there. That should be plenty to drop that out.
Yeah,
Right.
because all you got is the shaft. That's what kills you. That's what dicks you is that shaft.
Right, so these will just
Because the
get...
gear vendor comes off, you just have the raw shaft that's
Yes.
back here.
So these bars they'll go back in, but they just have to be back probably 1 inch from where they are right now.
And then what? You have to make a new carbon tread?
Well, that's not carbon, that's all aluminum.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, and we might have to make a new one of those. So what is my time frame to have, well, when's this going anywhere? Because someone said something about you might be bringing that to Florida to test. Is this any possibility of that?
Yeah, it's next week.
We can have this done for next week, so was that your plan? Because I won't fiddle with this, and then all I got to do is make those bars into wheelie bars and you can go and test. But when I get into this is going to take a little time because I have to make this entire panel again, plus cut all this shit out and put it all in. And today is Thursday at 10 to 5.
Yeah, but Ty said that was like...
Shut up! Shut up!
Ty said with time lapse, he could get this done in half a day.
No, half day shit, it'd be like 90 seconds or whatever Instagram lets you have.
No, do it.
Do it?
I highly doubt it's going to Florida. More than
Okay.
likely it's going to wait for Milan or 131 to open up, and then that's when
Okay.
I'll test.
Okay, well I didn't want to set it back because I know we still have to put together a transmission and a converter and all that shit and get it in here. And then...
I would rather this be done
Yes, because that's...
so that before, and then the test is put the transmission in.
Yeah, that's the suckiest thing of all.
I mean, shit, you could put the transmission on the jack, because part of me wonders if you have to do that, because I feel like all we need is the damn output shaft clearance. That
So you're going to take the gear vendor off of it?
Oh yeah.
This is a lot of work for like a little 1-inch pass through.
Yeah, but
So-
that's what kills us every time, I feel like, is
So it
that.
would be, without wrecking everything, it'd be right here. This is what you'd get, is that window.
And I feel like that's,
If that's
Like-
okay, then
like, let's put the trans on the
that's less work.
trans jack and set it there and determine, but I feel like it is strictly that shaft is our freaking killer.
Aiden, grab the transmission, just hold it up here for a second, quick second. And see where we're at with the tail shaft is really the only, it's right behind you. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, we're plenty forward, Aiden. I mean, that's.
Up.
Whoa.
How much? How much?
Come on, Terry. Whoa. You're enough to look at it.
So this would be there.
Yeah, I mean,
Is
you
that
got.
the case then?
Yeah, for sure. Look at the back. You got 3 inches.
So
like,
we'll just chomp that straight out, put them in there, and then only taking out like a little 3-inch piece at each time. If you,
Yeah, because I mean, if you're pulling the trans, I mean, it's nothing to pull that back off the gear vendor, and then so that you can drop
'cause
it
it's
straight
not
out.
full of, yeah, it's full of fluid, ain't it?
Yeah, it's got fluid in there.
But I
It
thought,
would be nice if the whole
right, and I thought
unit
that's what
could
we
come
were
down.
trying to tackle was the whole thing and screw it, and you don't have to tear it apart.
But this is less.
mean, you-
This is less bolts than it is to the gear bender, though, right? To the trans.
Where's the
well, that would drop through. Hold that in there.
pop it down a little bit? It's good.
Just you'd be in between here and here. This would be your window. Is that?
Okay. I mean, I guess
But
like
then does the gear vendor even come out? Because that damn thing's all the way back here, right?
yeah.
No matter what, you're gonna have to take.
No,
the
you'd
gear
have to
bender
pull
off.
the back off the gear vendor, but I
So
mean,
no
this
matter
would
what,
save. This would save any fluid from dripping out
This
of
one.
the transmission
Okay.
if this was in there.
Okay. You just tell me what you want.
Because generally, like if we break the gear vendor, then we pull it off back here.
Yeah, you leave this on.
Yeah. the
But you don't
adapter-
take this all out anyways. You take that out through the top, don't you?
Yeah. No, it would. All that this would do would. It would keep from losing transmission fluid, but you're not going to lose that much because you're able to keep this straight.
Okay. If you're good with that.
I mean,
then
there's no problem popping this off.
we're in there, so I wanted to do it so
There's no problem
Everything's
popping this
better.
off because then we just know that we can bring the transmission straight down by pulling this off and that out.
okay.
Oh, but if you ever run without the gear bender, you might want to make it big enough for the other thing.
But you could still pop that other tail housing off. And
But if you don't
the
need
same.
to, then
Here's the other tail shaft.
Yeah, I don't see the need for all the extra work
Okay.
to do that. Just the fact that we have a way to drop the transmission down straight is what matters.
Right, because this totally sucks.
Right. Yeah, because literally it's a frickin' 90-degree angle or whatever crap it is to get the fucking thing out
It's a
of it.
shit deal, I know that.
So,
It's a shit deal on here. Laying in a parking
yeah,
lot's even bigger
that's how we
shit
broke
deal.
the-
Okay, this little guy was here. And the reason we're going to make this removable because the transmission's this long. So once you pull it away, pull the bell housing away with the converter and everything in there, it was just an absolute nightmare to get the transmission out. You had to turn it all sideways, and actually we almost set off the fire system one time because the cord's right here to set off the interior system, and everything is so tight in this car. I mean, look at this is the all the room you get for a transmission, and everything is super, super tight, and it sucks to take it apart. So in order to take this apart, let's say sick week, you break something, it's only on Pro Jacks, not this lift like we have. Even on the lift, it's a serious pain in the ass to get it tilted and get it down and out over this cross member. So I am making it removable with these guys. So these are keyed, and it comes apart with 2 bolts like so. So this will be in here like this, all flushed into that tube, and then the new piece will separate, and we only need enough space to get, as you can see, the tail shaft sticking out of the transmission right there, because we'll just take the nose cone off of there, and then for 6 bolts, and then these 2 bolts, this thing will drop in and out perfectly straight. So when they're in the parking lot at Walmart with a broken transmission or whatever, this is not such a ridiculous task anymore. But these are made for 1 3/4 tubing. Well, this is all 1 5/8 083. So I took the one, and you can't really see a whole huge difference, but the outer diameter I spun down on both sizes, because this won't fit in that tube, and then this OD is larger than that tube. So I took the same piece and cut it down, and now it don't look like it comes apart because it's machined pretty damn good, but it comes apart just like the other one. And Tom's been wanting to do this for a long time, so it's just a little easier to work on. So there. That guy comes apart like a little Chinese puzzle, sorta. So that's what I'm up to. Back of the car is 95% done. I just got to do wheelie bars back there, and that's just due to the new housing. The upper wheelie bar mounts are in a completely different spot than our other one, so I'm probably going to have to make new upper bars or extend those. We don't know anything yet, but I just got to get them bolted on. But I wanted to tackle this thing first, then go to the somewhat easier stuff. So that's where we're at.
So hot off the press, we got Bob's shirt. We'll see how long it takes Bob to notice.
see it right here. It's not even close. Motherfucker looks like it's touching it. But,
What are you working on, Bob?
what?
What are you working on?
Try and spin that rotor.
We can't spin the rotors. So with the new calipers, we're just trying to figure out if something's touching the rotor before we go and fuck it all up. Because I see the pad touching this lip.
We'll see how long it takes. Go do what?
Get it? Oh my God, look at that. Oh, and it's even on the front too. Damn. And I even got the glasses on. Look at that. That's something, isn't it? I got my own damn shirt.
So the Bobby shirt's in. Took him a couple minutes to realize what I was wearing. But
I didn't know what the hell was going on. What are you working on? He says. That's a weird question. Should have
Isn't it
knew
pretty
something was
obvious?
going on.
so there you go.
That's pretty cool.
Get over to the merch site. Get Bobby shirt.
That's what I say. Get a damn shirt. Look at that. Look how cool that is. All right, this little guy here is a ride height sensor. It's infrared. Reads out of the bottom. There's a little cool lens that goes on and protects that thing. So best place to put it is axle center line or in front of, because is what this little gadget does is tells the let's see, probably the Holly or something, to take timing out if you're starting to do like a wheel stand or something, when it's got a certain range that it'll know. I guess you can program it in. I don't know, I'm not the wiring guy or the computer guy or any of that shit, so if I'm saying this wrong, you'll get the gist of it. So you got to have it mounted out over here perpendicular to the way the car runs. So I'm going to make a little bracket that'll mount off the side of the chassis. Then they can run it, wire it in to wherever the hell it's got to go. But this little thing is going to control wheel stands to a certain extent. I don't know how accurate it is. Once again, I didn't make it. I'm just the installer. So that cool little thing is a shit ton of money for that little thing. So we want to keep it out of like messing around with fuel or oil, anything dripping or splashing on it. Try and keep it clean and out of harm's way, let's say, to keep it in good condition so it works correctly. So that there is what I'm working on. Then I have to do, we do have some light back here. So then we have a tire temperature gauge, which this dude's gonna go up inside the car. I'm gonna poke a hole through the tub up there, and it needs to shine in the center of the tire, and once again stay out of harm's way because it has some crazy little lens right there that needs to be protected. Once it gets dirty, it doesn't perform quite right, so you have to be able to clean it, and you have to clean it, they say, with a Q-tip or something gentle. And then I have another one of these that is track temp. I don't know where I'm putting that one exactly yet, but maybe I'll poke a hole in the floor back here so it can just point right at the ground, and then these two wires can travel. They're gonna probably have to go to the other side because most of all the wiring, big stuff, is passenger side over to the Holly, and everything else is over there to be wired. So that is the next couple of things that I gotta put on the car. We had to extend the top wheelie bars. So with this new housing, the brackets, this is our old housing here. So here's wheelie bar mount, here's wheelie bar mount. On the new housing, the wheelie bar mounts are all the way up here, like on the very top of the housing, and all the way pretty much axle center line at the very top. So our upper bars were too short now. So is what I made is took this piece of tubing, knocked off about 20 thou on each end, and then took the same material that these are made out of, and this slips over that piece. This will get all welded to one, and then this slides in those two pieces there and gets plug welded and welded here. And now I didn't have to make all this over because we have this pivot here, so when we're setting the wheelie bars on the starting line, you can just grab this bar and you can turn them and raise and lower the wheelie bars, and there's a specific wrench that's like got a ruler and everything on it, so you can adjust your wheelie bars, say 7 inches off the ground, and usually go off of axle center line. Some people will actually machine a point on the bolts that hold the wheels on as like a pointer for your little wrench. And then the last thing to make those correct on the car is this middle truss that keeps the bars, so when you launch the car, they will actually buckle and bow up and down. And once you put that truss in there, it makes it much stronger. There's no flex, and the wheelie bars are actually staying where you have them mounted, or adjusted, I'm sorry. Plus we have sensors up there. Those two little gizmos up on top the rear end are sensors, and they actually are filled with hydraulic fluid, and when the car gets on the bars, it will crush the sensor and tell them how long they're on the bars. I don't know if it gives like how hard, I don't know, but something to do with, I'm not the electrical guy, but those tell them what they need to know, how long the car's on the bars for, maybe how hard they're hitting the bars. I don't know, but that's something you got to talk to the electrician guy about. So that's it for now. Listen, every time I take this apart, which is 2 times in my life now, I take this damn thing out thinking it has to come out to get it out. It doesn't. This is the I don't know what this thing's called. I do, but I can't remember. It's what drives the car. But like an asshole, I keep taking this out, and then the whole damn thing falls apart with little springs and all kinds of other little shit in there, little flappers, and God, what's this thing called? Tell me, Brian. I know what it is, but I can't recall. I just know it's got a lot of little bullshit pieces in it. And there, like an idiot, it just comes out like that now. And for some reason, I always take the damn snap ring out. The whole thing falls apart. And it went right in before. And now that you're here, it's not going right in. It's the sprag. I knew what it was, but couldn't remember. Okay. Jesus. An idiot. That goes there. These go in, and we're going to put a little Loctite on them because last time we took this apart we found like 2 of them loose. So here's all the crazy inner workings of a converter. If you've never seen it before, which this is 2 times for me. And now I'm flying solo. Last time it was the clowning around with Tom. But I went to change the stator, and it already had the damn same one in it. So I guess we're not going to change that. Okay. That's that. Alright, my first solo converter stator swap, which didn't even need to happen because it was mismarked a little. Supposed to have something else in it and it didn't, so oh well. I got some experience in tearing shit apart and screwing up the stator slash diode, which wasn't a big deal, but you definitely have a lot of little pieces that you have to put together correctly because the little springs go in a certain way, and so do the what they call those little things, those little plates in there. I don't know. Either way, tear it apart, screw it up, fix it, put it back together. But we did a little smoother on this video than the last one, right?
Yeah.
But this is fucked right now. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
You did something, Bobby.
Put it on right here. It all clicked in and spun, but
But it clicked in before you took the converter apart.
what?
You haven't put it on there since you took that apart. We put it on there before you took it apart.
We just
Bob and
did
I
do it,
did it,
yeah.
but then Bob took it apart and changed the stator.
I put the same stator back in, but I guess that don't mean shit, right?
Bobby did something. But remember, Bob, we did it before you took anything apart.
Okay.
Okay, Bobby tries not to show mess ups because he thinks it looks bad. Bobby, why are we taking the converter apart?
You told me to put it together wrong.
We don't know what's wrong, but something's got to be wrong inside
Something
there.
is pinched.
Yeah. Look how far this is up. Yeah, that's not right at all. That always sits down in there and spins. This goes into that. You got it in upside down, I think. Yeah.
Man,
see
I
how
like
that's
it
in
better
there?
the other way. These
Yeah, you
guys
had-
don't know what they're doing, dude.
You
It
had
should
the
go
whole
that way.
You had the whole thing wedged together, but the question is the diode in there backwards now?
You can't put it in backwards.
Yeah, you can. It can
No.
go in upside down.
This is the way. It only goes in one way.
It
Son
sits
of a
in there.
bitch.
Yeah, so you had the whole thing bound together.
There's drive. Watch the diode movie again. Because I don't want to put it back together one more time.
Was that bent before?
Yeah, it was. Okay, should we watch the
Yep.
movie again?
Yeah, to make sure.
Because this thing, once this is flipped over, you can put that in.
Either way.
Either
That's
way
what I'm
on that
saying.
one.
That's the part that. That's
Okay.
the part that ends up going in backwards.
Where's the little video? Because this side sticks through. The other side does not.
Right.
Well, I'm still not the fucking converter expert, so don't call me for converter service. Okay, that part's that. Idiot. So we go to your computer and watch that right here. And locks counterclockwise. So I got one thing right out of the whole deal. The gear vendor got freshened up, so we're ready to rock and throw a shit ton of horsepower at it, and hopefully all of our new and improved systems all work good together and we have no problems. Nice new rear end, new 4-link bars, new shocks. This is freshened up and ready to kick ass. I am getting ready to start this piece of crap and go do a huge burnout in the street. Would that be cool?
Be cool.
I should do it. Boss is out of town. It's time for the boys to play, right?
There you go.
Get in trouble. So no, it's just finish this thing up. I found the headers were broke, so I took them off. Valve covers were off to let the alcohol evaporate out of the oil since it's been sitting for so damn long. Because word is this got put away after sick week 2022, right? 22. Because we didn't go to 23 this year.
It's 24.
Oh, it's 24 now, so 23. Sorry, I'm old, so I forget shit. So I guess, yeah, sick summer 2023, it was...
Sick week.
Yeah, sick week, whatever the hell. There's a lot of sickness going on. Can't keep track of all of them. But either way, it's almost ready to start testing. A few little other trinkets and clean it up because it's been sitting for over a year now and it's pretty dirty. So I'll get this shit put together and then give it a bath. And as soon as weather breaks here in Michigan and the track opens, we'll probably go and do something maybe. That's all I know.
I'm going to start it on pump.
And that's what I'm saying. Right now, that's what she's on. Race.
All right, we'll see. This thing hasn't ran in a year, so.
Yeah, that's open. And this is closed. Those are only two valves.
And that's closed. And the spud's not in it, I'm hoping.
It's zip tied right there. Or,
Oh, all right. You're on.
oh shit, nothing out.
Bob, get a pan. Which side? Under the trans. There's no brakes and it's out of gas. So
What?
there's no brakes and it's out of gas.
Yeah, there's no brakes. We took the brake lines off.
Well, yeah, but we started it and then filled it and then went to go shift through gears and can't shift through gears because no brakes.
Yeah.
So now transmission fluid leaked everywhere because it stalled.
Did it get under there?
Well, the pan's off the bottom. Well, oh yeah, that part. Well, there you go. We'll say it started, it ran out of gas, got trans fluid everywhere, so.
The tick-up startup.
Yep, exactly. Can't run it through the gears because there's no brakes to hold it back, so. So I think Aiden stepped to step, fill the trans, where he didn't go to step, doesn't have brakes.
Okay,
So.
me and Bob both said fill the trans. I forgot about the brakes thing. Bob apparently didn't and said nothing about it.